We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure.
Welcome to the movie review of The Willies. The Willies is a 1990s anthology horror film inspired by 1982's Creepshow and EC's Weird Science comic book series. The stories are told by three cousins spending the night in their backyard camping, trying to give each other the Willies. I would assume with the success of 1982's Creepshow and 1983's The Twilight Zone movie that these anthology films had like a revival. Also, I guess 1981's Heavy Metal. The movie was written and directed by Brian Peck. If that name doesn't sound familiar, don't worry about it because he hasn't really directed or wrote anything else other than The Willies. He did star, or he was in the movie Return of the Living Dead as Scuzz.
Hey, God. You're dead. You're dead, man, and you're gonna turn into one of those things out there!
And that kind of makes sense how he got all these people to be in his film. In fact, the original story that is told, one of the main stories that is told in this movie, he actually filmed in 1985 as a solo little short. And I guess he got, with that little short, he was able to get producers to come in and fund the entire film. There's cameos galore in this film. In fact, at one point I was saying, oh, that person was on Growing Pains. That person was on Growing Pains. Only to find out.
Show me that smile. Show me that smile.
Mike, you disgust me. Sometimes I'm surprised we're related.
Well, Carol, I think you're old enough to know. We're not. You're adopted.
Either way, you're still a pig.
Oh, relax. These flies aren't for me. They're for Gordy Belcher.
When I was a kid, I saw this film, as I told you before, and I thought, well, you know what? I want to see if it holds up, and I couldn't find it anywhere besides on VHS. So I wanted to watch it, and I saw that it was streaming on Tubi, so I said, you know what? Let me film myself reacting to it. I haven't seen it since I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Hey, better than a flashlight, huh?
Just bring him over here.
Sean Astin. Oh, you couldn't say that word anymore. Oh my God. Cancel. This movie's over. That's it. It's done. Who's this guy? Oh God. She looks like that woman that went to the people up with the big eyes.
Calm down.
He looks like the Toxic Avenger. The guy who becomes Toxic Avenger in the first movie. Fricassee chicken. Hey! Who? What was that? What was that look? Oh, because she wants to go, I guess she wants to go bang or something? Oh, it's a rat. I thought it was you know, what's funny though is that really did happen recently. I heard that a woman found a rat fried in her fucking like chicken nuggets or something. Why would anyone put their grandpa to go through this shit? Oh, that'd be a good idea for a movie, right? This would be a good idea for a movie. Like someone took their grandfather to like an amusement park and he sent them to one of these things. That'd be kind of terrible. Horror movie. But I was wondering, like, imagine if he had Alzheimer's and you That's so fucked up. I think that'd be a scary movie. You could have it like somebody brought him to the amusement park, so like his son or his grandkid brought him to the amusement park because he wanted him to enjoy himself, and then he accidentally wanders off and go in the amusement park that day. And he goes into this is the climax, so it could be like a weird movie. I don't know. I think he was in Growing Pains. I think he was their repairman. You see, that would actually be a cool. I've never been to one like that. I went to one as a kid in Florida. My brother was scared shitless, but it wasn't that good. There was one part that was cool. She's in a lot of things too. At least I know her face from the 80s. Oh, this is horrible. I remember this very vividly, and I don't want to see this right now because I had a dog. Oh, shit. You wonder, who would do that? Nobody would do that when you're a kid, and then when you get older, you're like, oh my God, there are some people, some idiots somewhere that would do this. I hope it's not as bad as I remember, but I remember being like, oh, as a kid, like, he draws this out. Whoever directed this really draws out. Wait. I thought I could have sworn that.
Emotional damage.
That could have been worse. Oh my God. There's Ben Seaver. He's one of the bad boys. Poor kid. Kids could be such assholes. I don't want to have kids. That's the thing. Like, kids are sometimes great, and then they're just the worst sometimes. It's so fucking mean. Oh yeah, he's a real artist. Yeah, don't worry about it. 4 eyes. Get out of my face. It's horrible. He's just smaller than them. That's why they pick on him. And he's from the Poltergeist and Return of the Living Dead. And a lot of other things. There he is. James Karen. Poor kid. With a lisp, too. Yeah, if I was a kid, I'd probably beat him up. I would. If I was a kid, I'd probably beat him up. You little. Glasses and a lisp. Oh, come on. He's like, he got left back too, that kid. He's acting like he's so tough. Everyone else in the class is like, oh God, that kid, yeah. We had one of those. This guy was crazy. The kid was crazy. He bit me. He was a crazy kid. I remember one time he was like eating paper off the wall. And I was like, oh yeah, I could do that shit too. So I pulled the paper off the wall, was eating it. I was like, yeah, you can't out-bully me. Then they took him to another school. I think he was really messed up in the head. But then when I listened to myself saying this back, it sounds like I was pretty messed up in the head. Eating paper and shit. Arrgh. Oh, yeah, like Alf. She was in Alf. Oh, Teen Wolf 2. That's how I remember her from. Why did you... Mr. Jenkins? How would you feel if somebody opened the door to you when you were taking a crap and you were like one of these weird people that have to take off all your clothes to take a crap? You're butt naked and somebody opens the door to you. Whoa! Sean Astin from 24. Okay, that's what Sean Astin's from. Where his sister was a crackhead or a cokehead. And they stole his... Somehow, the guy from... The boyfriend of the crackhead sister knows that he works for a government thing and somehow put it on the black market on the internet on Craigslist. He went to Craigslist. He's like, I got a CTU badge available for sale, $500. And the bad guys that are trying to do whatever terrorist thing they're trying to do with 24 that season, they were looking at that email for some reason. And they go, oh, guess what? We could get a badge. We could go do this now. We could go bomb CTU. I was just scouring the internet for anything CTU related and saw this Craigslist post. Come on. He dies. Sean Astin dies trying to save everybody after being a dick. And I think they gave him a silent ticker too. He did not deserve a silent ticker. Sean Astin, you did not deserve a silent ticker on 24. You were an ass. A real ass. She let him go in by himself? I would have had a heart attack. I would have had a heart attack for sure. I would be like, how could you? See, they should have just, I bet you if it would have showed on TV, they wouldn't show this part. But it would just, his leg coming down and her going, ah, like that or some shit. I don't know. He's like, thanks. Delicious. Thanks, buddy. I forgive you for putting soap in my eye and throwing a urinal cake in my head.
So, what's this monster look like, Danny? The werewolf or Frankenstein, or is it more like a Martian?
Yeah, did it have antennas? Maybe Danny just took a crap and thought it was a monster.
That was pretty good, Ben. That was pretty good. He locked them in. He knew. Uh-oh. That's really good. I don't know. Animatronics, whoever did this did a great job. I gotta find out. It's like Rick Baker's Stan. Imagine that for this little thing. They got Rick Baker, Stan Winston to do the special effects, or practical effects, or monster. Animatronics, whatever you want to call it. Bro, I would have taken that garbage can and threw it at the glass and then put it down, stepped on it, and climbed over the glass and ran out. These kids are very stupid. It's like a old Chief Woodenhead. You killed my mother and my father. This one's like, you bullied this kid. I'm gonna eat you. Why don't you hear him, the kids scream? I would have screamed. How come he could talk when he's in the this is just stupid. Hey, he talks normal when he's in the thing, but what's he doing inside the costume? Arr, arr. Is it a costume? Obviously it's a costume. He just like if you find his body, look at the janitor. Everywhere I go, I out myself. Jeez Louise. Hey kid, listen, when you come down, I want you to try to kick in this fence, the wall in this fence. But draw it out as long as you possibly can, all right? We really need to draw this out. Mind your own business. You broke into his property. This is the one I remember from the ending. I should have remembered that monster. Well, that looks like other monsters, so that's why. Oh, God, this guy. That's why I never felt bad for him at the end. You'll see. I remember the end. This is like out of a cartoon. This should be animated. It feels like an 80s cartoon. This kid's gross. I mean, I feel bad saying that because if out of context, you just think I was saying that, you know, fat people are gross, which they are. I mean, look, I gotta lose weight. Yeah, I feel like I'm watching some like eccentric with like a collection of what's the collection of stamps or something delicate, some elegant collection of coins, and it's in a fancy, you know, high class library, and they're looking over with their magnifying glass of his stamps, and they go, oh, they love it, and then, you know, it's like beautiful, elegant looking, kind of like the apartment of the guy from the Ninth Gate in the beginning, his room, as he's writing something down before he hangs himself. Like that kind of room. That's what I imagine. But instead, it's a dingy, dark basement with beautiful, nice choices. I will say, those are some nice choices. Some nice choices for some things, but just drawn out way too much. Like the director didn't have enough story, or the writer. Both. The writer and the director didn't have enough story. That's what it feels like for both episodes, to be honest. Damn, she made a lot of chicken. Oh my god, he's not even washing his hands. You touch fucking manure, kid. Ugh. This is how COVID spread to me. Dirty motherfuckers. Why is that lisp considered like cute? So far we had 2 kids that they picked would have a lisp. The director was like, oh yeah, that's cute. Put some, you know, like Cindy Brady. She had a cute lisp. It's like a lot of saliva. I think I probably had a lisp. Hey, this Chelsea Noble. See, everyone from Growing Pains is in this. Wow, look at how different he looked from Scuzz to this. Isn't that crazy? That's acting. Hey man, you're dead. You're dead. And then there's this guy. I'm watching the, oh! Watch him drink that too. Oh. That's disgusting. I would have locked him in the basement. I know, okay. I don't know, okay. I don't even know how to do this stupid voice. I just like fucking bugs. I'm disgusting. Imagine what this kid's underwear must look like, full of fucking holes and shit stains. Not the actor, feel bad. Not Michael Bauer. I mean Gordy Belford, whatever. Jordan Belford. This is his brother. I can't do his voice. He could have played Cartman. Michael Bauer could have played Cartman in the live action. Back in the day, if it was made in the 80s. It's like the movie from the Ring. You can see a little girl combing her hair. Or the one that, hey! Everyone, literally everybody from Growing Pains was on. Even the actors. They had Ben, Carol, Mike, and he was on 7 episodes. So he had to be a friend of Kirk Cameron. He's also in like Father Like Son. So imagine that's the guy from Friday the 13th. It's a death curse. It's not him, I know. It's not Ralph. Ugh. It just gives me. I didn't just literally do that was real. That was real. I literally just had the chills. Like, ugh. The laugh was gross. This guy is not a bad director. I don't know why he didn't direct anything else. So I checked over here. Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Please tell me this is another joke. A dream. Oh. Holy shit. That got me more than the monster. Ooh, that was gross, dude. Ugh, bugs gross me the fuck out. I don't like bugs. Ugh. Imagine how many people lost their limbs back in the day just because they didn't know. Or they did know. Like, oh fuck, I'm dead. Imagine that back in the day. Back in the day, in the 1800s, somebody cut their hand like that. I'm dead. I'm dead. Or you're going to have to cut my arm off. For Gordy. It's, shit, Gordy's home. There's nothing in the house. They moved. He's going home and there's nothing there. Where's everything? He'd be happy. Oh, great. Like Home Alone. That's where the old man's from, too. Home Alone. My life. My life's in the trash bag. In real life, this would have ended with him killing his mother. In modern times, that's what would have happened. If it's one of these white kids with these sick obsessions. You took it all! It would have been Tales from the Crypt. That could have been. That's what it would have been ending. Haunting the mother now. You took everything I loved. All I had. All I had. That's everything. He's gonna start crying. How do I avoid that? Gross. Please God, I can't watch this. This is really gross. This should be called the grotesque, the nauseous movie. That's what it should be. Oh. This is what I remember. Yeah. Yeah, you fucked up, Gordo. That means that they both had to make it up at the exact same time, right? Or they're telling the story and then one continues it. It is him. She did say in the beginning, Sean Astin did say in the beginning that my dad used to work at, and they said, oh yeah, he worked at a bunch of schools. So Mr. Jenkins, then when he answered all the questions, if you remember, look back, that's a good actor. Or maybe they just, I don't know. Because I look back now, like I remember the way he said things to the kids. I'm like, what? That was an interesting way to say, like, to deliver the line. So he's gonna eat his nephews now. So would I recommend the Willies to your average viewer? You know what? Yes, I would. I'd recommend it for like watching during Halloween. If you're having a party, you just play it in the background. People go, "Oh, what's this?" And you say, "Oh, it's the Willies," and then they go watch it, and you know they'll go home and drunk and they'll watch it, something like that. Or if somebody remembers it, they might like it and go back to watch it. It's not bad. It's pretty well made. And there were parts of the movie where I was nauseous and disgusted, so it does get you into it if you're paying attention. Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie, so yes, I do recommend it. I would say it's a long 90 minutes. They could have cut it down a lot. It was a long 90 minutes, but for me, I liked it. It was cool seeing everybody from Growing Pains in this film, and a lot of from other things too. But like I recognize so many faces, so you know, it's a nostalgia for me because I saw it when I was a kid. But yeah, I would recommend it. You don't have to go out of your way to look for it, but it's not bad. Compared to like on a list of all the other anthology horror films, Creepshow's #1, Tales from the Hood #2, The Twilight Zone movie #3, and Creepshow 2 #4, and then I put the Willies. Tales from the Hood's way up there. It's up there with Goosebumps and Tales from the not Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark. That's why I put this along those. I really like the anthology films. I gave you a list, but in general, it's like Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, or the new Tales from the Crypt show, because that's pretty goosebumpy too. Is that Tales from the Crypt? No, the new Creepshow anthology series. This is pretty much like that. So yeah, why not? Anyway, so that was the review. I hope you enjoyed it, and I might come back with another review for another movie. Like I said, who knows what's going to be? I don't know what's going to be, but or when it's going to come out. But hey, I might just do another one. Don't know if it's going to be horror. We'll see.